Hi everyone and welcome to Positively Kimmy. I am Kimmy. If you are new here, welcome. This is a safe space. And if you are one of my returning subscribers and my besties, hi guys, how are you? I hope you're all having an amazing day. Welcome to What's Up Wednesday, where I tell you a little bit about my life and the chaos that is Kimmy. And you tell me in the comments below about your life and we become true besties, because that of course is my goal with this channel, that we become true besties and that we form these bonds that are unbreakable. Because I have met, I can say, not met personally, but through my YouTube channel, so many people that I consider my family, and I honestly do. And when I tell you that I love you, it really comes from the place in my heart, because I just do, and that's who I am as a person. So just know that it's not like I'm just saying I love you to everybody and it doesn't mean anything. It means something to me. So anyway, this has been a crazy week. As you know, most of you know, last Wednesday I was in the hospital. And I was there from, actually it wasn't Wednesday, I was there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I had a small bowel obstruction. Now, what happened was I had woken up one morning and my stomach was very, very hard and killing me. I was in a lot of pain and it was distended and I looked like I was about 5 months pregnant. And there's no way that that could be possible, because unless it's the Immaculate Conception, there's no way that that was happening. And I am 58, going to be 59 this October. So that was not even a realm of impossibilities. But I do have a lot of problems with my stomach. Now, I did have a precancerous pancreatic tumor back in 2002 that they had to do Whipple surgery for. And then they did a revision of the Whipple. If you've been with me for a while, you know this. In 2024 in April, and then I had a hernia repair and a whole bunch of other surgeries in 2024, and so far I've been lucky in 2025 that there hasn't been a surgery yet. I'm going to get back to that. So I ended up in the hospital with this bowel obstruction. Now, in my case, I've had about 6 major abdominal surgeries on my system. So I grow a lot of scar tissue and I get pancreatitis a lot. It is not from the Ozempic. This has been going on way before the Ozempic. It will go on way after, if I choose to get off the Ozempic, after the Ozempic. The Ozempic can aggravate it, of course, but that's not the culprit. So just wanted to get that out there, because it can cause it. And then I also get small bowel obstructions. So with that being said, I went to the hospital because I was having these really bad pains. And I was vomiting and it just was not a fun time for me. And I ended up in the hospital. They ended up admitting me. And it was horrible. It was horrible. They didn't have to use the tube in my nose this time, so that was the only good thing that happened. And it's because I had stopped vomiting by the time I had gotten to the hospital. And unless I'm actively vomiting, they don't do that. Then they decided that they had to do a test to see if the bowel obstruction was breaking up, because I hadn't pooped in a while, like 4, 5, 6 days. I lost count, somewhere around there. But I thought I was, or I was going a little, not enough to clean out my system. And I know this is TMI, so if you want to skip ahead, please, by all means, do that. But I ended up, they gave me this thing that's called Go Lightly. And if you've ever had a colonoscopy, it is a gallon, bigger than a gallon. It's like this jug of this disgusting, terrible tasting, like, it's nothing that I can even describe it to. I was talking to one of the nurses about the taste, because she had had a colonoscopy and was like, oh, girlfriend, I am so sorry about this. And it was just horrible, and we decided there was nothing to actually compare it to. They ask you if you want the lemon flavor, and I love lemonade, so I was just like, yeah, give me the lemon flavor, I'll get through this, it's perfect. No. Don't do it. It's a trick. Don't get the lemon flavor. Don't get any flavor. even if you get a flavor, it's more like a scent. It smells like you're going to be drinking lemon and is disgusting and has kind of a soapy dish taste, what I would imagine dish liquid would taste like. Flavor to it and consistency to it, but maybe not as thick as that. It's definitely not as thick as dish soap, but it's gross. It's disgusting. And they wanted me to finish this jug, which was, I'm not exaggerating. I exaggerate sometimes, but this is not an exaggeration. It was huge. This thing, and I just couldn't do it. So they had me drink it. They had me do this test where you had to drink this other really disgusting stuff in a concentrated bottle like this, and that caused horrible pains in my stomach and made me double over and made me start with the dry heaves because there was nothing in my system. When you get a bowel obstruction, you can't eat, drink, nothing by mouth, including medications, until it resolves. Sorry about that. So you have nothing in your system, so you can't get anything out of your system, and it's very painful. So the next thing was, they decided when I was leaving, they decided on Saturday that I was well enough to go home. And I said, no, I need another few hours. You guys got to give me till Sunday to get home, maybe even possibly Monday. I know my system a little too well. And they were like, cool with that. They're like, okay, you think you know your system, whatever. So they started introducing food, and I started off with the clear liquids like we all do. Then they went to full liquids, which is just a fancy way for saying pudding, but vanilla pudding. Everything at that point was vanilla and just very bland, but I was so glad to be having food. And then they had this broth, this beef broth, which smelled like it was going to be the most amazing thing in the world. And when I first tasted it, I thought it was, but then it was really salty and you had to water it down, and then it just tastes like watered down salt. So it really was not appealing to me at all. But the full liquids wasn't bad. And then they decided, okay, you did well with that. We're going to introduce you to lunch, small bite-sized pieces. Well, they give me a sandwich like this big and by like this wide. So it was like a submarine bun with some chicken, peppers, and onions. Probably not the thing someone who has had nothing to eat in 3 or 4 days should have as the first thing in their stomach. But these are my doctors. They know better. So, of course, I got very sick after lunch. And I could still taste that prep, that colonoscopy prep just coming up. And it was just disgusting. It turns out when I left, I hadn't pooped. This is TMI, I know. And I'm still, as of today, not pooping, which is a bad thing because today is Wednesday and I haven't pooped since Saturday. And so far I have taken, every day I take 3 laxatives is what they have me on. They have me on 2 Senecot and they have me on Miralax. So something should be working. I even tried a Fleet, I don't want to say it out loud, but I tried one of those also, and nothing. So I'm waiting for the doctor to call now to find out what to do, because I'm sitting here with that hard, distended stomach again and just feeling like I am dying every time I try and eat something, which I know I can't eat. So I've been drinking more than eating to try and flush it out of my system. The other day with all these things, I decided I was going to have a little salad that was going to help me go to the bathroom. I was going to have an iced latte like this big, because coffee is going to make you, it's a diuretic. It's going to help you poop too. And so far nothing. So we've had no activity in that area since Saturday, and today is Wednesday. So that's not a good thing. So when my doctor calls, I will get back in touch with you. And I can't believe I've been talking about my poop for 9 minutes. So I apologize for that. But today it was so nice. My grandson came over and he just surprised me. He walks in with his parents and we started building. They have these really cool, like they didn't have them when I was younger, when most of you were younger, but your kids or grandchildren probably have seen them. They're, instead of like blocks, they're magnets. They're magnetized and you can build with the magnets, and they are so much fun to do. And he likes us to build tall things and then he runs into it and knocks it down, and it's a game that we play. I have lipstick on my tooth, sorry. And so he came over, and that was a lot of fun. And we ordered pizza, and he likes pepperoni. Like, he's 3 years old and likes pepperoni, but he's needs to have surgery. He has a problem with his ears, so he needs tubes in his ears. His tonsils and his adenoids need to be removed. They went to one doctor with him, and the doctor laughed at them when they asked questions and was just very disrespectful. So they have to find another doctor to take him to get this done. And it's a very stressful time because you want to get it taken care of, because this is affecting his speech now. Now he can talk, and he's very smart. He's a very smart boy, but he feels like he's underwater when he hears things, so enunciating for him is really difficult. So if you ask him his name, instead of saying his name, he says, na na ne, and he writes it down in syllables as the way he's hearing it, you know. So we have to get him some speech therapy, and that's going to be... Sorry about that. I got distracted for a minute. I apologize. So he's going to need speech therapy, and he's a very smart boy. He is, you know, he doesn't have signs of being, having ADD. He can focus on a task at hand and things like that. It's just that because of the tubes and getting the ear infections, he sounds like he's always underwater hearing things. So he'll start speech therapy, and hopefully by then they'll be able to get a new appointment for a pediatric ENT, because the next earliest appointment with somebody in their insurance policy was for September, and that's a little too far out, being that we're only in April still, right? Yes, April. Now, May comes a lot of things. Not only is there Mother's Day, but my son's girlfriend's birthday is May 2nd. My daughter-in-law is May 4th. My son is May 7th. My sissy Adrian Miller is May 7th, as far as I remember. And my Auntie Sandy, who I adore, from my Nutty Nook, her birthday just passed. And there's a lot of birthdays, you know, so it's a very busy time of month. And we're going to be doing a lot of parties and going to different things. And it should be a lot of fun, but it's a very expensive fun month. And the first thing we're going to be doing for my daughter-in-law is we're having brunch at a Brazilian restaurant. So not only with the French toast and waffles are you going to get, you know, the sliced meats at the the sliced meats at the tables and things like that. But it's at 10:30 in the morning, and she is going to be 33 and is really having a hard time with this birthday. So if you're watching, I love you. You will get through this. Everybody feels it. I told her, you know, when you're in your 20s, you can get away with everything and you don't have to be an adult. But now you're a mom, you're a wife, you know, even though you've been those things for, you know, the last 7 years with my son, or 8, whatever it is now. And the baby is 3. You know, you just feel a bigger responsibility, and that weighs on you, and it hits people in their 30s at different times in their 30s, and it's hitting her now. So I love you. You will get through this. We all have, and you are no different. So just know that I support you and I love you. So that goes out to her, and happy birthday to everybody who's celebrating a birthday in May. And belated birthday to all my friends in April who had birthdays that I missed, because I'm just an airhead and have a lot going on in my life at the moment. So that's basically what's been going on. And I think that is it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to give you a little update on what was going on. If the doctor calls me tonight and I get some type of response from him, I will update you as I'm doing videos during the week and not making you wait till next Wednesday, because God knows what can happen by then. As a matter of fact, this morning I had a doctor's appointment for blood work at 8 8:30 this morning to check for the Addison's disease, and you have to have blood work done at 8:30 in the morning. Well, it doesn't have to be done at 8:30, but it has to be done in the morning fasting. So it was 8:30 in the morning. It's an hour away from my house, so we had to leave here by 7:30 to get there on time. Thankfully, my ex-husband took me to that. And then I have an appointment with my PCP afterwards, and we'll see how that goes. But it's another busy day, and it's just been like that. It's just been one thing after another. But hopefully things will slow down soon. I'm laughing because I know they're not going to. And you know, that's what will be going on. You know, so I hope when I get the test results from that, I'll let you guys know what that entails also. And hopefully in the meantime, I don't end up back in the hospital, because I really do want to celebrate with everybody. So in the meantime, be happy, be healthy, be blessed, but most of all, be positively you, because there's no one else quite like you. And that makes me so incredibly happy. You guys rock. Love you.